The Victorian Government is under attack for scrapping previous Labor government's carbon emission reduction target of 20% and replacing it with one that looks to reduce greenhouse gases by just 5%. The Baillieu government says sticking to the 5% target set by the federal government will save Victorians $2 billion, but the renewable energy sector says it will cost jobs at a time when Victoria can least afford to lose them. Hamish Fitzsimmons reports.
Victoria will cut emissions, but the coalition government doesn't want to pay more than other states and says the federal government's emissions target of 5% seems about right.
Our view is here in Victoria we shouldn't be setting a target for Victorians. We should be making sure that we are supporting the federal program and the federal target at least cost to Victorians.
An independent review of Victoria's climate change laws found no compelling reason to stick to the 20% reduction target by 2020 set by the Brumby Labor government. The Baillieu government says the introduction of the federal carbon tax means the state scheme is redundant.
Victorians shouldn't be paying an unfair burden. Victorian jobs aren't worth 4 times the cost of other jobs around the state, and Victorians shouldn't be carrying 4 times the cost of trying to achieve a target that's 4 times greater than it is nationally.
The state government's track record on the environment has come under fire. In 2010, it allowed cattle loose in the Alpine National Park to see if cows grazing helped prevent bushfires. That experiment was quickly knocked on the head by the federal government, and the state opposition says the Baillieu government is at war with the environment.
They don't know the difference between a beef farm and a national park. We've seen an end to the premium solar feed-in tariff. We've seen an end, in effect, to the wind energy industry with some of the most restrictive and wrong-headed planning rules and laws anywhere in the world.
Victoria's peak environment lobby says abandoning the 20% emissions reduction target is environmentally and economically irresponsible.
The Baillieu government have put the nail in the coffin of clean energy and all the jobs associated with it, not interested in dealing with climate change, not interested in a state of clean energy.
Victoria has been hit by a series of job losses in the finance and manufacturing sectors this year, and the government is under pressure to find answers.
We've got a manufacturing sector that's doing it tough with a high Australian dollar. We've got tens of thousands of Victorians out of work every single month. We need to pedal faster. We need to do more.
Employers see abandoning a state-based emissions reduction scheme as a sensible move.
Victoria has a concentration of manufacturing, of heavy engineering, automotive industries, aluminium smelting, key industries which very much would be under greater pressure under 2 targets than they already are under the Clean Emission Energy Scheme.
And the state government has also announced it will scrap regulations that set emission standards for new power stations. But Victoria is not alone in reviewing state-based climate initiatives. Queensland's new Liberal National Government has also announced it will scrap 8 environment-related schemes. Hamish Fitzsimmons, Lateline.